Welcome to Flourish in 5. My name is Heather Lautinen, and every Friday I share a story, a lesson, or a quick idea with the goal of helping you gain a new perspective. Could you please leave a comment? Let me know your thoughts and share this episode with your friends. I would really appreciate it. I made a very bold move this past weekend that I'm pretty excited about, but it started on Friday when my Zoom account was hacked. I use Zoom, I don't know, all day, every day. I am a paid Zoom user. I have been for years. I love it. I tried to log into my account on Friday and it said, "We don't recognize your password." I attempted to reset it and they said, "There's no account with that email address." And I was like, whoa, something very serious has happened. I noticed in my spam that there was an email that was translated in Vietnamese, that in the middle of the night, someone had changed my password and my email address in my account. They had access to my credit card information because I'm a paid Zoom user. I use Zoom, I don't know, all day, every day. I have tons of meetings scheduled in there. Thankfully, I record all of my calls to my local hard drive, never on the cloud. So I didn't lose any data. I lost a lot of work, but they did in fact hack my credit card. They were able to make some fraudulent charges. Okay, so you know how this goes. It's just a mess. You have to clean all of this up. I had to create a brand new account. I had to close my business credit card, order a new one. You know, if you ask yourself, like, do I have extra time this week, multiple hours to deal with being hacked in one of my accounts? The answer is probably no. So I'm going to encourage you to turn on two-factor authentication on all of your accounts. I have been doing that slowly over time. When two-factor first became a thing, I immediately turned it on anything to deal with finances, as well as Facebook. Anything I just was really important to me, I made sure two-factor was turned on. Somehow I missed Zoom. In fact, I didn't even know that two-factor was an option on Zoom. Well, I have a new account and it's turned on now. I had to create all of these new meetings. It was a huge hassle. In the meantime, I looked at my other accounts, decided to make some changes on some usernames and passwords, including my email, which already had two-factor turned on, but just to be extra safe. Well, when you make changes to your email, of course, you get logged out on all of your devices and you have to log back in. Okay, so let me go sideways on a tangent here for a second. I know that my phone is a huge distraction for me, and it absolutely impedes my productivity, as it does for you as well. We know this. Okay, so I remove Facebook from my phone all of the time. And the only reason I put it back on my phone is to do my Facebook live videos in my groups where I have paying clients. As soon as I do a live video, I remove it and I don't put it back on until I need to. Instagram, I leave on my phone because it's actually a pain to remove it and put it back on, but I bury it like 3 screens deep in folders. So it takes me a minute to get to. And of course, my email is on my phone. Well, my email logged me out of my phone. So I was going to have to log back in and set it back up. And this was Friday. So now I'm recording this on Monday. So I thought to myself, well, why don't I try to just leave my email off my phone for the weekend and see what happens? Now, this comes from a conversation I had with a good friend of mine a couple of weeks ago. He told me he doesn't have email on his phone. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't have email on your phone? Like, how do you live? Of course, you have to have email. You can reply to things. You can keep your inbox clean by deleting all of the junk. And he said, yeah, I just don't. It's just a distraction for me. And I thought when he told me that, A, I thought he was crazy. And B, I thought that's just not possible for me. That's just not going to work. You know, I'm just way too important. So many things to attend to. I'm being funny. I hope you sense the sarcasm. I know that I am not that important, but I think that's what we tell ourselves. But I thought, okay, on Friday, this is a good opportunity for me to test this out and see, do I really miss anything? Do I need to be on it? So it's Monday morning. This happened Friday morning. I looked at my email this morning on my computer, and out of the hundreds of emails that I had to delete, because there's a lot of junk, of course, there were exactly three that required my attention via a response. And one of those actually, now that I think about it, 2 of those required a response and one was just information. And all of those had come in on Sunday. So replying on Monday, the following day, I think is perfectly reasonable. But the rest of the weekend was nothing but junk. So I have decided for the time being to not log in or reinstall email on my phone, but to keep it off. Facebook is currently off my phone. So the only social media I have is Instagram, and it's still a time suck. I'm not sure. I need to find a way to make it easier to delete it and then reinstall it. It seems to me like the last time I did it was such a pain that I was like, oh, I don't want to do. Well, maybe that's a clue. Maybe it needs to be a pain so that I don't do it. Well, last evening we were at a dinner at church and I saw my daughter with her phone. Do you guys do this? Chances are you do. She picked it up and she, with lightning speed and dexterity, jumped between Snapchat, TikTok, and Instagram, like on repeat, like to check things to see if anything new came in. Or do you ever do this where you're on your computer, you're doing something on your computer, maybe you're waiting for something to load, so you pick up your phone to check your email or your other social media, or you open a new tab to do it? It's this constant need for stimulation that I think is killing our productivity. If we could just sit and be normal people like we used to be, I think we would get a lot more done. My challenge to you is I would like you to try to remove something from your phone today, something that you feel like you can't live without because it's probably hurting you. So whether that's Facebook, Instagram, or your email, or if you want to take really bold, massive action, remove them all and see what happens. My guess is you will not, in fact, die. I hope that you found this useful. I'll see you in the next episode.